In 2012, the Holstein Cattle Breeders Association became the first non-government organization in the Russian Federation, uniting those dairy farmers who focus on breeding and genetically improving Holstein cow population. This is a sort of elite club of #1 dairy farms in the country. Annual milk production on these farms per cow exceeds the national average figures in Russia by 2.5 times.
Starting from 2015, the developed condition of our cows and heifers makes it possible for us to start using sexed semen for artificial insemination. At present, we're having many calves from the heifers inseminated at the age of 13 months. The most important tasks for the association in Russia are registration, identification, and monitoring cattle health. So, on a monthly basis, we perform an individual cow milk recording, analyzing the production rate and milk quality. The results are also used for the database of a Russian Holstein herd book.
The association gives an idea of the situation on what is happening on the other farms. It does also supply us with new knowledge of modern herd management in wider terms. We, as an association member, can communicate with other farmers from Russian regions and share experience, learn more, invite best dairy experts, including the ones from abroad. So, being in the association is a perfect idea. Certified by the World Holstein Classification System, 2 Russian experts make an exterior assessment of each heifer after first calving by 17 main and 4 extra traits. The data goes to the herd book base. All the newborn calves are ear-tagged with a unique number according to the international practice. The exterior of heifers is classified after the first calving. We have no problem with the pedigree information for the maternal herd, as we use the cattle purchased in the Holstein Society pool. So the information is reliable and confirmed by the corresponding National Association certificate. So they are all good for making a base for a national herd book in Russia. It is great that the farmers and cattle owners themselves initiated the process of building a transparent and clear system. It speaks for itself to the farmers in Russia that the urgent need for that is within the breeders' community rather than the ministry offices. The selecting index for the Holstein breed in Russia, acting from 2015 for the association members, puts forward the amount of milk production, kilos of fat and protein, cow health and exterior. Milking 2 breeds by robots, Ayrshire and Holstein cows raised in the same sheds, we can see that the latter is better and gives 3 to 3.5 kilos more, and that is paid better by milk plants. By now, we realize that the rations for the Holstein cows must be properly balanced. The cows must be raised in good, comfortable environment, and the breeders must be well trained. Agrofirm Trio from Lipetsk region became the association member in 2014. The 3,000 Holstein cows and 2,500 young stock are milked and raised on 2 locations. Using up-to-date facilities, the company also runs a practical training center on dairy farming called Dairyman Workshop. The members of the association are also active in the field of lawmaking. Nowadays, the board is delegated to the Public Chamber of Russia, where changes to the federal law on cattle breeding are initiated and heartily discussed. The idea of authorizing associations of various cattle breeders to keep their breed herd books is supported on many levels.
В первую очередь, конечно же, нам всем вместе.
All Russian farmers, especially those who with the Russian Holstein Association are a part of the European Holstein Confederation, realize that the progress is in competition. That is why we are now capable and will be using the same criteria in evaluating our work and our cattle. And we also trust the World Holstein breeders, their experience, commitment and strategy in further development of the Holstein genetics, whole dairy industry and their personal progress.
Recently, we can experience a great shift in the Russian dairy farms' mentality. When we milk Holstein cows, we use the same feeding and growing technique, the same operational practices. Now we can clearly see what we are aiming at, and we have a willingness to share the responsibility for the Holstein breed development with the state organs. We hope that we can manage to demonstrate to the farmers in Russia that the Holstein breed is really the most popular and profit-making cattle in the world. And that makes us, the Russian Association members, a reliable World Holstein family member.
The result is that the members of the Russian Holstein Cattle Breeders Association stand for the dairy business as a profit-making industry. To be a member of such a union can only accelerate reaching a success.
The members of the Russian Association can enjoy contacts with many of our colleagues from the European Holstein and Red Holstein Confederation, members of national associations of Czech Republic, Slovak Republic, Germany, Denmark, and we appreciate your quickest responses to all requests and questions from our Russian farmers. We want Mr. David Hewitt and Mrs. Susan Harding to take our special appreciations for being in touch and also for advising us several times on very important issues. We realize that we, as a young association acting on such a great territory, are to go a long way for having more members, more registered cows and having national rules and regulations in place. And we will surely accomplish this challenging task. Thank you.